The school hallway was chaos. Students leaned over lockers, laughing and whispering, their eyes locked on one girl in the middle of it all. Her hands were clenched tight, her breath sharp. The ripped edges of her brand new top hung like torn flags of humiliation. She could feel every mocking stare, every muffled giggle burning into her skin. But what no one knew, not the laughing crowd, not the sneering bullies, was that she had been holding back for weeks. And in just a few seconds, the same girl they thought was weak would send one of the school's toughest troublemakers to the floor with a move none of them saw coming. Alina was the kind of girl who slipped quietly through the world, hoping to avoid notice. Her parents had just moved to the city after her father lost his job at the factory back home. The new school felt like another planet, louder, harsher, more judgmental. Every day was a test of endurance. She loved her old neighborhood. There, she had friends who knew her. Here, she had silence. And that silence made her a target. It started small, whispers when she walked past, giggles when she answered questions in class. Then came the cruel comments about her thrift store clothes. Alina never told her parents, they were already carrying too much. But each insult felt like another stone in her chest. When her aunt sent her a little money for her birthday, Alina went to the mall and bought herself something she had never dared to buy before, a bright, soft, beautiful top. She imagined wearing it to school and feeling like she belonged. That Monday morning, she put it on carefully, smoothing the fabric as though it might tear just from her touch. She felt a tiny spark of hope. Maybe today would be different. It wasn't. By lunchtime, she heard the snickering. She tried to ignore it, clutching her tray and finding an empty table in the corner. But the bullies, Tyler and his crew, had noticed. Tyler was the kind of boy who thrived on cruelty. With his perfect hair, expensive sneakers, and crowd of followers, he ruled the school's social halls like a dictator. He sauntered over to her table. "Nice top," he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Looks fragile." Before Alina could respond, he reached forward. There was a sound, a sharp, ugly RIP. Her heart stopped. She looked down and saw the jagged tear across the fabric, the dream she had saved for, destroyed in seconds. Her cheeks burned hot, tears threatening to spill. Laughter exploded around her. Tyler smirked. Oops. She froze, but deep inside, something cracked. She stood slowly, every muscle in her body trembling. And in that moment, she remembered something from years ago, a promise she made to herself after her uncle had taught her self-defense back in her hometown. Never let anyone make you small. The cafeteria went quiet for a heartbeat as Alina faced Tyler. She wasn't just standing, she was grounded, her weight balanced like her uncle had taught her. Tyler grinned, thinking she was bluffing. "What, you gonna cry on me, princess?" The last thread of restraint snapped. In one smooth motion, she stepped forward. Her left hand rose to brush his arm aside, her right arm bent, coiled like a spring, and then, she unleashed a flying elbow strike. The impact was solid and shocking. Tyler staggered backward, eyes wide in disbelief, his lunch tray clattering to the floor. His crew froze, their mouths open. The room erupted. Some gasped. Some cheered. Tyler scrambled up, rubbing his jaw, his swagger gone. But Alina didn't move to attack again, she just stood tall, breathing slow and steady, her ripped shirt hanging like a badge of defiance. "You don't get to touch me," she said, her voice calm but ringing through the silence. A teacher rushed in. Students started talking all at once, the story already spiraling into legend. By the end of the day, everyone knew. The quiet girl who never spoke had just taken down the school's top bully in front of half the cafeteria. That night, Alina sat on her bed, still wearing the torn shirt. She thought about her uncle's words, about all the days she had stayed silent. And she knew, she wasn't going back to that girl anymore. The next morning, she wore the same ripped shirt to school. Heads turned. Whispers followed her. But no one, not even Tyler, dared to touch her. She wasn't invisible anymore. And she wasn't afraid. Alina had never been the kind to draw attention. Moving to a new city after her father lost his job had stripped away everything familiar, her friends, her neighborhood, her safe places. Her new school was a maze of strangers. Every morning she walked its halls feeling like a shadow, unseen except for when she became the butt of someone's joke. Her thrift store jeans. Her old sneakers. The way she sat alone in class. The bullies fed on it. Whispering, laughing, pointing. But she swallowed her words. Her parents already had enough to worry about, she wasn't going to add her pain to their pile. For her birthday, her aunt sent her a little envelope with a folded note and a few bills. It wasn't much, but to Alina, it was gold. At the mall, she wandered past racks of clothes until she saw it, a simple but beautiful top. Soft fabric. Perfect fit. The kind of thing other girls at school wore without a second thought. She imagined wearing it to lunch and feeling normal. She bought it. Wrapped it carefully. Saved it for Monday. That Monday, she put it on with care, smoothing it over her shoulders. She looked in the mirror and felt, almost confident. But the cafeteria was not a safe place. By lunch, Tyler had spotted her. He was tall, loud, dripping in confidence he didn't deserve. Flanked by his crew, he made his way to her lonely table. "Nice shirt," he said with a fake smile. "Looks fragile." Before she could react, his hand shot out. Rip. Gasps. Laughter. Plates pausing midair. Alina froze, staring at the torn fabric.